Hi everyone, this is Jayashree, Assistant Professor, Department of IoT. So in this lecture series, we discuss upon international law and jurisdiction in cyberspace. So previously we have discussed about different types of various cyber crimes. Then what is the punishment according to Indian Act, that is IT Act, Information Technology Act, that is framed in India. So what is the punishment? What are the various sections in the IT Act 2000 we have discussed. So in Unit 4, we are going to discuss about international law. If what happened if a crime committed online. So if a person is in one country and if he commit a crime in another country, then which country will act upon? Who will prosecute the case? So this is about international law. This thing we are going to discuss in this lecture. The topic is personal jurisdiction in cyber space. Right. Then so, can a hacker be prosecuted in a country they have never set foot in? We'll take one case study and discuss upon. Okay, if a person commits whether without stepping into a country, if he commits a crime in that country, what will happen? We discuss upon with the case study. Okay, so meet Mr. Alex. He's a hacker. Look into this picture. He's an Alex. He's a France citizen, citizen of France country. He's 19 years old. He hacked a US-based company. He steals a lot of databases from US company. So this is the crime he committed in US. The US police, the FBI, traced the Alex, and the FBI located the Alex in France. But the France police is, according to France law, the country is not allowing, not handovering the Alex to US, to the US company. This is the case. Okay. So what is the law act upon? We'll discuss. Okay. What is the legal dilemma? What is the legal dilemma? Who has the power to prosecute whether the US company where the commit happened or the person, the that is Alex, he is residing in France, whether the France has to prosecute or the US. The FBI traces Alex, but he never stepped into the US. Okay, right. Can the US prosecute him? Is it possible the US can prosecute? No. Is it possible? Okay, we'll discuss upon. France has its own laws. Who decides? So each country has its own laws. The law is not common. The law is not common. So this is the great complication in cyber laws. So understanding jurisdiction in cyberspace. What is the intersection of law and technology in cyber crimes? How do courts decide where a cyber crime happened? Okay, right. So jurisdiction, the cyber jurisdiction depends on where the crime was committed, where the commit was committed. In this case, it was committed in US, right? Where the impact was felt, so that the impact was felt in US. What is the volume of that impact? Who is the loser? What is the monetary loss to the company? These are all the factors to be considered. Okay, right. So where the impact was felt, okay, it is in US. Where the hacker had significant online activity, so he did it online, staying in France. Okay, right. Then there is a great example like this. There is another case. It is Yahoo versus Lycra. So here, the Yahoo is a US company, but the France forced Yahoo to follow its laws, follow its laws. It's cyber laws. The France forced Yahoo to follow its laws, even though it is an US company. So this is also a complicated case, right? So different countries follows different rules. Why cybercrime cases are so complicated? Because every company, every country has its own laws. US follows the ethics test. If harm is felt in the US, they can prosecute. Okay, right. Then France applies territorial laws. Okay, so the France refused to extradite, to send, to hand over their citizens for cyber crimes. That is the draw. Their law, their territorial laws. France, it's cross-border laws. France is following. So the these cyber crimes are so complicated, right? The prosecution of cyber crimes are so complicated, right? International cooperation. So then, how the prosecution will happen? So, for all the countries has there is an or legal agreement between the countries. There is for example, mutual legal assistance treaties, MLATs, Budapest Convention on Cybercrimes, extradition agreements. These are the some of the agreements between various countries to prosecute cybercrimes. Right. So then what happened to Alex? We'll discuss upon, we'll finish off this Alex case. So what is Alex fate? A global cybercrime battle. So France refuses to extradite him. US pressures France to legal action, for legal action. Then who will prosecute? What is the end? Finally, Alex gets a light sentence under French law. So finally, based on French law only, the punishment was awarded to Alex. Okay, so this comes to the end of the Alex case. It varies based on the crime, based on the country. It varies based on the agreement between the countries. It varies, right? The big question: where do you go to trial if you commit a crime? Can be prosecuted where you physically are, the victim is, the crime had an effect. Okay. So that's all about today's class. So now what is the takeaway from this lecture is the cybercrime crosses the borders, but the law couldn't. So this is the takeaway of today's session. What is the next topic? Freedom of expression versus privacy in cyberspace. We will discuss upon this topic in our next lecture. Thank you. Thanks for watching.